Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here with an updated HAT Format Infernity deck profile as of my birthday special video. Since basically my gifts were a lot of rarity bumps for HAT Format, which I'm really happy with. And as you all know, HAT Format is my favorite legacy format. And I can't wait for me to enter a tournament too for HAT. Sadly, it is a lot underplayed in my country. So I hope to enter some online tournaments for sure. Before we start, a huge shout out to my good friend Dunko Seka. He again won another Exiton elimination with Infernity. He truly is the legend of HAT Format Infernity, truly the best for HAT Format. So if you're watching this, shout out to you, bro. Love your stuff, and of course love our talkings always. So yeah, let's just get into the deck profile because I'm pretty excited to show this list off. I really love HAT Format. So yeah, let's get into the main deck first. We're starting off, of course, with our boy Triple Infernity Archfiend. I wanted to make the deck a lot more dual terminal. So I tried to get a dual terminal version of every card that is available in HAT Format. Level chains are a bit expensive, so I hope I get them in the future, but for now they were just too expensive. But yeah, Triple Archfiend, you gotta run Triple Archfiend because it's correct, and you go to your 3 Archfiends in one turn most of the times, and otherwise it's the best top deck ever, of course. Still in Modern, it's the best top deck ever, but in HAT Format it's truly crazy. You can even stack it with Level chain, of course. But yeah, you go through your 3 Archfiends pretty quickly. You need to play it at 3 for sure. There's a reason why he was limited after 2014. Then of course double Necromancer. Don't play 3. 3 is just too much and you will brick in it. 2 is all you need. 2 is just a perfect and correct ratio, always has been. Currently in Modern, of course, 1 is enough, but in HAT Format, truly you need to play 2. Not less, not more. It's perfect ratio. Yeah, it's amazing, of course. It's Necromancer after all. Then of course, truly one of the best honorary Infernity names for sure is Triple Stygian Street Patrol. I mean, Street Patrol, you go through them 3 in one turn. If you're going full combo, you definitely go through all 3. You even go to 4 or 5 with Levier the Sea Dragon, which is insane. Yeah, this card is truly powerful, and you need to run it at 3, not less, because you want to see it as much as possible. Even in your opening hand, it's not that bricky because you will have Dark Refer, which is an easy way to get it out of the hand. Otherwise, it's a great normal summon because just level 4, and then with another level 4 extender, you can make Level Chain, for example. Pitch Harris and Search Archfiend, and then just go full combo, of course. But yeah, Stygian Street Patrol, run it at 3, not less. Then we have double Dark Refer. You can run 3 for sure. I just like 2 way more. I think it's correct to run 2. Because otherwise you will just see it way too often, and I rather see anything else. For example, I can already spoil a bit, but I replaced the 3rd Grapher with Tin Goldfish because it gives more flexibility, and yeah, I just really like Tin Goldfish as a normal summon because you can get another level 4 monster out of your hand if your hand is just too much level 4 monsters. But for sure, you actually are playing 3 with Reinforcement of the Army, but you then can also decide to search Photon Treasure or, of course, Armageddon Knight. But in my opinion, 2 Grapher is correct. And I really love to play 2 Grapher. And testing it out, of course. This card is semi-limited, of course, in HAT Format. It's Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is an amazing starter. It can literally summon every level 4 you want from the deck. Not Archfiend, but also Dark Refer, Armageddon Knight, Stygian Street Patrol. It's an amazing card. There's a reason why it's semi-limited in this format. Yeah, truly a crazy card. You play a lot of spell cards, so it's easy to access this and make this card live. Yeah, amazing normal summon for sure. Then we're going to the one-offs. 1 Armageddon Knight. It's all you need. Dark Grapher is better, but Armageddon Knight really can help sometimes. It's not once per turn, of course, so if you have this engrave and you soul charge this back, you can mill another dark, of course. But yeah, just one is enough. You don't really need more, because then you will brick in multiple Armageddon Knights. Then we have Dynavarium. Dynavarium is an insane level 4 that you can just special summon at any time. So easy to get out of hand. The only downside is that your opponent gets to summon a level 4 from your graveyard, but when you go first, you make sure you don't have any level 4 graveyards. This will most of the times be the first card you will summon, except if you have Photon Treasure, of course. Dynavarium, truly an insane card. It's yeah, it's pretty crazy, but it's of course once per turn, so you don't want to run more than one. One is enough. Same for Tin Goldfish. Tin Goldfish can get you another level 4 card out of your hand, like said. It's an insane normal summon most times. When I test this, I side deck this out if you go second, for example, because then you really don't need it. But it's not bad if you see it. If, for example, this and Archfiend are the only monsters in your hand, you can normal summon this and special summon Archfiend directly, and then you just go full combo from there, which is pretty insane. Yeah, Tin Goldfish is pretty nice. Then, like I said, we play one Photon Treasure. Back in the past, I didn't run it, but now I see its potential, and you can just, yeah, it's a free summon. Of course, if you draw it in turn 3, it's a dead card for sure. But most of the times that won't just happen. If, for example, if you have a spare chain, you can mill Photon Treasure, so you don't get it anymore. And otherwise, yeah, if you see this going first or going second, this will be for your first summon, because it's a free summon. It's a Cyber Dragon. Then we have, of course, the brick of the deck, Archfiend Harris. You most of the time search Archfiend with this, of course, but otherwise you'll search Archfiend Labyrinth, which is an insane field spell for the deck. Get you more into Archfiend and get you an extra search. But yeah, this card will always and still is the biggest brick of Infernity. No, don't run more than one, guys. Then, of course, we have Infernity Launcher. I can say bring it back to 3, but in 2014, that's really not possible. I mean, the ban list can be changed anymore. But yeah, this card is just way too busted right now in 2014. So it's pretty fair that it is at 1. Imagine what Infernity would have done if they still had 3 launchers back in 2014. But yeah, you need to run Launcher, of course, no doubt about that. Then we have Archfiend Labyrinth. Like said, you search this with Harris, and if you open it, it's pretty nice. But yeah, it can get you another Archfiend into a rotation, which is pretty nice for the extra search. And the attack boost really also comes up a lot, since the deck really doesn't have any big beat sticks, but with this cards you can get all your fiends 500 extra attack, which is pretty nice. Then of course you have one Foolish. I mean, it's a Lavalval chain spell, of course you play it, it's at 1, you have to play it. One Rota, like said, you can search Dark Grapher or Armageddon Knight or even Photon Treasure with this card, which is pretty nice. And if you don't want to use it, you can pitch it with Summoner Monk and then just go full combo from there, which is pretty nice. So it's another warrior in the form of a spell, and if you don't want to search the warrior, pitch it with Summoner Monk, which is pretty nice. Then of course, I don't know how this card is legal and stayed legal for so long, but it's Soul Charge, of course. Yeah, I mean, Launcher, of course, being a Soul Charge for Infernity. But yeah, Soul Charge is just crazy. You got to play this at 3 in Infernity because it gives you so much more options, extra searches. Yeah, it's crazy. You definitely need to run this at 3, no doubt about that. Crazy card. I mean, if it's legal and it's at 3, you I mean, everybody would run a triple Soul Charge. Not every deck in that format, of course, not that I'm saying that, but I mean, in the modern time, everybody would run 3 Soul Charge for sure. Then we have triple instant fusion. You can definitely cut this at 2. I really like it at 3 right now, because I really love seeing it. You can summon Darkfire or Dragon, which would be normally Camion Wizard, but that card is 30 euros for some reason, and I ain't paying 30 euros for a common. That is the better choice, of course, because it doesn't lose to Bottomless Trap Hole. But yeah, if you're like me, Dark Fire Dragon is the other perfect option, and that card is like 20 cents. So yeah, choose. But yeah, Instant Fusion at 3 is crazy. I love seeing it. And if you open multiple copies, you'll just pitch the other one with Summoner Monk for sure. Summon Darkfire or Fusionist. Fusionist for level year plays if you already have enough level 4 plays for chain plays and other rank 4s, of course. But I really like Instant Fusion at 3 right now. Then we have Triple Upstart Goblin. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the extra draw. And if you don't want the extra draw, you get to pitch it with Summoner Monk. Yeah, it truly helps you get into more rotation of the deck and get you more powerful spells, for example, Soul Charge. Or, for example, you need the Mystical Space Typhoon, you get to draw it with Upstart Goblin, for example. Or that extra 1-card starter, just starters in general, or extenders. Upstart Goblin can get you into that for sure. And you can side it out if you go second, for example, if you want to. Yeah, Upstart Goblin, play it at 3. If you play Upstart, don't play it at less than 3, then just go directly for 3. Then we play Triple Mystical Space Typhoon, like said. Mystical Space Typhoon is a flex spot for sure, but I live in a house where my brother plays Mythic Rulers, which is just turbo skill drain, and I got to have an out for skill drain. But just in general, Mystical Space Typhoon is insane, and I would definitely recommend it to main deck it. It's just so crazy, and it's actually one of the legacy formats where it's actually at 3, which is crazy. Nowadays, nobody plays it anymore. It's crazy. Then for the traps, first of the Infernity traps, we play 1 barrier. I mean, it's limited. You got to play it. And then triple break. If you go full combo, you actually end on triple break and 1 barrier. But otherwise, it's good for the following turn if that comes to light, if you get to turn 3. But yeah, triple break is insane, and if you go second, you can definitely cut 1 out of the deck and side it out. But yeah, triple break, I say it's mandatory for sure. And then for the last, it's also a flex spot, but like said, I live in a house with Dragon Rulers, so Vanity's Emptiness is a really insane card, and I just think in general, this card kills a lot of decks in HAT format. Truly one of a card that shouldn't have been legal in HAT format. It's so crazy, like what was Konami smoking when designing this card? But yeah, it's a flex spot like said, but I would really recommend, if you're a HAT player and you don't play main deck this, I would definitely try it out for sure and see for yourself how it plays, but I really like it to play it right now. Then that was the main deck. We play 40 cards, of course, it's the most consistent. With the Upstart Goblins, also my choices, of course, were Double Grapher, which can be 3 for sure, but I explained why. Also Triple Instant Fusion, for example. My take would be, you can play double Instant Fusion and play another Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is a really good card for sure. But I just didn't want to risk it because sometimes you have an all-spell hand, or you just don't draw in any dark monsters. That can happen. I mean, you play Photon Treasure, Light, Dinofarium, Wind, etc. It's, yeah, I didn't want to use it, and Allure is, of course, a one-off, so you most of the time just don't even see it, and it's not needed for sure. But you can definitely play it, and I would really recommend to try triple Instant Fusion out and double Instant Fusion for sure, and see for yourself. In the end, it's personal preference, of course. Then we play double Lavalval Chain. No triple because you don't really need a triple. Even though sometimes you can get from, if I just play triple Lavalval Chain, but then, to be fair, you didn't play the line correctly out. You just really need to, and 2 is all you need. Insane card. Konami, bring it back in Modern, I can be trusted. What if we had Infernity Patriarch in this format? That would be actually crazy. But yeah, Patriarch came a bit too late. Yeah, Lavalval Chain, truly one of the faces of the deck, and also one of the reasons why it got banned. It's just an insane rank 4. Beatrice, rank 4. Then we play double Executor Knight. Executor Knight is an insane card to make for sure. It helps you going second easier, and if you get hand trapped a lot, you can still end on Executor Knight, which is an insane disruption. I mean, it can literally nuke all other cards on the field, which is pretty nice. The second one definitely comes up for sure, and otherwise you can side it out for Rhapsody and Berserk. But currently, yeah, I really like the two, and a lot of players really like to play two. And I agree, in my testing it comes up a lot, but you can't make Requiem with this right now. That is not legal yet, guys. Then we have double Diamond Direwolf. Direwolf is basically the answer, because we don't have links in this format, and sometimes you know how Infernity clocks up your entire board. You make Diamond Direwolf to destroy your own cards, which is really funny in my opinion. I think that's one of the biggest inspirations of Infernity Doom Archfiend. So you can nuke your own cards. But yeah, Doom Archfiend is sadly really bad right now. You don't need it. I mean, if Doom Archfiend was made back in Tengu, it would have been insane. But in modern times, it's really bad. But yeah, Direwolf, insane going first for nuking your own board, and going second, it's insane to out those annoying disruptions your opponent has. Really an insane card. 2 is all you need for sure. Then we have 1 Silent Honor Arc, insane card going second. I mean, it can just suck up an opponent's special summon monster, which makes OTKing more viable. Then we have Abyss Dweller. Yeah, Abyss Dweller really is hated right now in modern format. Back in HAT it also was. I mean, it can lock out a lot of decks, even Infernity, because Stygian, Harris. But this card kills a lot of decks in HAT format. You should definitely play it. Then we have 1 Cowboy for game. My ulti should arrive Thursday together with my super rare Key Beetle. But for now, the super rare. But yeah, Cowboy for game for sure. For the last 800 points of damage, my fault. It's really insane. Cowboy for game. Hell yeah. I did that a lot actually in my testing and playing online and playing against my brother. Really cool. Love doing Cowboy for game, guys. Then we have Master Key Beetle. Master Key Beetle can protect your Infernity barrier or other back rows. It's an insane card. It has 2500 attack, which makes OTKing so viable. Yeah, an insane card. You must run this for sure. It can protect and it can attack. Then we have Cairn Gorgon. Sorry for the mispronunciation, but this name is really insane for my tongue. But yeah, a really cool card. For sure, it can protect a lot of cards. For example, if your barrier gets amnestied, you can direct the target to another card you control. So for example, a break, because barrier is much more valuable, or any other card you set, for example, a bluff. Or mind control. This card is really good against mind control. I really recommend to play this card. Then we have double Levier Sea Dragon. I also saw a lot of people playing this at 1, but I think, in my opinion, 2 is correct. You go to Levier in your combo to get most of the time Stygians back. And if you play Allure of Darkness and you banish Archfiend, for example, you can summon Archfiend with this card back. Or it's a really good card against DD Crow, of course, that really runs in the HAT format. But yeah, Levier the Sea Dragon really comes up a lot. And it's really insane to have a second one in the grind game for sure, for example. But most times you just go to 1 and the other one comes up in the following turn, or even in the same turn, but that really depends on how gas your hand is. But yeah, Levier, insane card. Still was in modern, but now sadly power crept. Remember double Necromancer into special summon the banished Mirage back that you banished with 100 eyes. Really one of my favorite plays, but to be fair, it's really outshadowed now in modern format. You got a lot of better plays. Then, of course, lastly, Dark Fire Dragon and Fusionist instant fusion targets for your level 4 plays and for your level 3 plays. So Levier plays and any other rank 4. And that was it for the main and extra deck. Yeah, for the side deck, like explained, a third chain can definitely be put into the deck, but to be fair, 2 is all you need. The HAT Infernity is really the most difficult Infernity variant for sure. I might do a bit of combo and test hand video for HAT format, because then you can see how to correctly play your lines. I even myself struggle with the deck sometimes. But for sure, be sure to come into the HAT format library Discord server for sure. There we have a specific hashtag for Infernity, and there are a lot of good Infernity players, including my good friend Dunko Seka, who can really help you out with how to play the deck. Because I'm still a bit lot of learning into the deck, because this deck is because this variant is really difficult sometimes. But I myself am close to getting it good. But still far from mastering it for sure. Dunko really is the HAT format Infernity goat. I'm just modern. We focus a lot of more modern because HAT format is really underplayed in my country. But we love HAT format and I try to get better in it for sure. So I hope to do more HAT content in the future for sure. And soon too. Let's get into the side deck. Sorry for my yapping. We have 1 Rhapsody in Berserk. Of course, this card can make OTKing easier by equipping it on an face-up Xyz monster. And of course, it's a really cool card. It's a DD Crow. It can banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. Really cool to side it in against specific decks. For example, I side this in against Mythic Rulers a lot because they have a lot of beat sticks, and this card really helps beating over the cards because it can make your Xyz monsters stronger in order to kick over them. Then we have Double Spiritualism. I'm really a bit on... my side deck used to play 3, but I'm a bit on down and up with my side deck, so my side deck really changes a lot. But Spiritualism is the out against Infernity. And Infernity is a lot more played in HAT than in Modern for sure. Spiritualism is against Infernity because Infernity Mirror basically is who won the die roll basically wins, except if the opponent has Spiritualism. Spiritualism is insane. I really recommend for you all to run this because then you will not lose the Infernity Mirror if you go second. Then for other back row removal, we got double Night Beam. Night Beam is pretty insane and it can destroy target set card, and the target set card cannot respond in it for sure. It's really good against HAT itself, for example, because they set a lot of Trap Hulk traps and just auto staple traps in general. A lot of decks do. Also really good against the Infernity Mirror to destroy the barrier. Night Beam, pretty insane card, and you really got to run the back row removal in this format because there's a lot of back row. Then for one-offs, we play 1 Mind Control, 1 Dark Hole. They are both limited in this format and they are pretty crazy. They just sack a lot of decks and it's insane. Of course, you have Gorgon for yourself in order to protect yourself against Mind Control. Mind Control can really help in your own place because a lot of monsters from your opponent can help you. For example, just already a level 4 can help you go into rotation of combo because 2 level 4s means Lavalval Chain. And Dark Hole, of course, is a really good card to have going second. If you have it, you have it. Then we play triple Forbidden Lands. This card has also been seen a lot of in the main deck. Forbidden Lands is pretty insane because a lot of decks have the trap hole cards, for example, and just other cards in general, and this card helps you make it unaffected. For all those Duel Links players out there, you still see it. It's insane for sure. You can even main deck this. Like said, Emptiness is a flex spot, Amnesty is too, but I would really recommend to main deck Amnesty. But yeah, otherwise I would definitely recommend Forbidden Lands because it really makes going second much easier, and otherwise it's still an insane card going first because it's a cool disruption for sure. Then we have one Book of Moon. Yeah, Book of Moon is also limited in this format. You really got to play it because, I mean, it really stops a lot of decks already directly. Ik zie some in Lavavel chain Book of Moon. What they gonna do? Forbidden Lands, of course. But yeah, Book of Moon is really crazy. It's that one for a reason back in the day. Then we have Double Trap Stun. I really like to have an out against all those trap cards. For example, if my combo gets interrupted, I still have a form of disruption for Trap Stun for my following turn. Because then I just can out all those trap cards and OTK from there. And then we have a pretty nice deck card. Shoutouts to Dunko Seka again, because he actually brought me up with playing this card. It's Tyrant's Tummy Ache, and it says, activate by tributing one monster. Neither player can special summon a level 6 or higher monster. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, to destroy this card. Yeah, we don't have cards in hand, so this card will basically never die. And either player can special summon a level 6 or higher monster. Really stops a lot of funny decks, for example, Dragon Rulers, and just Dragon decks in general. We ourselves don't play level 6 or higher monsters, but other decks really do, so this card really is only a floodgate against the opponent. Of course, this card can be anything else in the side deck, for sure, but I really like to play Tyrant's Tummy Ache, and I think it's really, really funny. I even tested this card out, and it was really, really funny to resolve. So yeah, that was it for the HAT format deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all learned. HAT format truly is a crazy format, and I would really recommend for you all to try it out for yourself if you haven't. And if you have, play Infernity, because it's the best deck in every format. But yeah, I really, really enjoy HAT format myself, and I know a lot of online people who do. Yeah, big shout outs to the HAT format library Discord for sure. Be sure to join too. I'll make a link in the description too, for sure. And also, of course, the official Infernity Discord, the best Discord server ever. We also have a separate hashtag for retro format, so if you want to try to play HAT format, we have a lot of great HAT format Infernity players in the server. I also am there for sure. I'll help where I can help. Of course, the master Dunko Seka is there too. But yeah, I'll try to help as much as I can, because HAT format is truly crazy. And it is a really hard format, and I myself will keep on learning and keep on being stronger, and I hope to master this deck at the end of the year for sure. Because I need to master Infernity in every format. But yeah, of course, in Modern we have mastered this till the max, and for HAT format I really got to play a lot too. Also, be sure to let me know if you all want to see more Legacy Infernity profiles, because because I'm still cooking with, of course, my friend Avenger for Edison Infernity, because there are a lot of ways to play Edison in Infernity actually, and in Tengu format it's pretty basic what to run. You have an Infernity Inferno version, and you have a more tour guide based version. So I'll be sure to profile that one day for sure too. But my favorite format, HAT format for sure. Definitely, this was the birthday special video, because HAT format is the best retro format. Thank you all so much for watching. Infernity best deck, Infernity for life. PS, look at what my girlfriend got for my birthday. It's our boy. Thank you all so much for watching. Infernity best deck, Infernity for life, forever and always.